Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Carlos. Today we're going to be reviewing another back, delt, and triceps workout. These are carbon copies, 6 workouts in a row, which will be exactly the same as the one before. So there's nothing really to add to them. Just commentating on how this is creating a baseline and a deload recovery for 3 weeks, as the last 3-4 months have been pretty grueling, as a matter of fact. Now that I think of it, I had a 5-day break back in February, and I was just flat out gassed. I needed the break. I went out on a trip, and and it was just a time to recuperate. But that makes me think that I was really pushing it. After that, another month and a half until the Easter 15th of April, and at that time I just tapped out. I said, this is just too much. I reached my limit. I can't progress anymore. And yeah, I could go to the gym and just spin my wheels and do workouts and all of this, but my mindset is progressive overload and increasing my lifts, my parameters, my output over time. So back to the subject at hand. The back routine was the same, which is basically we start out with barbell, bent over barbell row, done in a explosive manner, quickly, not focusing on eccentrics or negatives, as this is an explosive movement and the position is not conducive, especially with heavy weight, for negatives. This is a move of rapid fire, fast twitch muscles. So that's what we're doing there. Did not increase the reps, same 8 reps with 100 kilos. There we went to the machine, the vertical rowing machine. It's up to the full stack, 235, did 8 reps, wasn't willing to do any more just for the sake of creating that baseline again. So those 8 reps were pretty easy. And then the one arm low row cable, which we're doing with 140 pounds, 143, I think is on the number on the stack. And that was, fairly challenging, 8 reps on each side. That one gives me a little bit of stress here in the elbow joint, so I have to be kind of careful. It is a significant weight, 140 pounds with one arm. I do want to take that up significantly. The next lift was the delt side laterals, which I'm doing between 40 and 50 pounds. These in the past, I would start out with 15s, 20s, 25s, warm up. But, at this stage, I'm just going for performance and output. So I don't do these weight parameters. I don't do the light weights. I don't need to warm up as I'm already warmed up. The shoulder girdle is already warmed up. So I just get straight into my working weights, which is 40 and 50 pounds. I think the last set was 7 reps. Trying to control as much as possible. And we finished off with the rope triceps, supersetted with the immediately go over and the overhead rope pull, which is got an excellent pump from that. And finished with the one arm dumbbell ISO dumbbells, just the one arm. That's also a very effective movement. This movement I like to do with a little bit more speed. I have done these movements slowly, concentrically, with emphasis on the negatives in the past. And I find that I go to that technique when I don't want to push myself. This is me. I'm talking about myself. I know a lot of you guys love the negatives and the slow training, and that's fine. You've been doing that all your life. Wonderful. It's been working for you. Great. I'm giving you this man's perspective on how he's doing things. And I can tell you from experience, this slow concentric movement just doesn't do it for me. And I find that I do it when I don't want to really push myself. When I want to push myself, I try to go faster. And of course, the pump is greater, the fatigue is greater, and then the last reps are done in a slow manner and with a emphasis on the negative, again, at the last few reps. And, I'm finished off with calves. Absolutely taking care of the calf muscle, not ignoring it, keeping it in the routine, not being negligent with it. Still is not growing. I mean, the calf muscle is just one of those things. I have pretty long legs. The insertion is a bit high, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be trained. One of the benefits that I find when I do train calves is that I feel like I'm on a little bit more lighter on my feet. I have a tendency to be a bit more energetic as far as my stance and my posture. So at least that it's doing that for me, even if it's not increasing like Hulk size calves, you know, cartoon-esque. No, they haven't grown. It's like the same. They do get more defined. They get more lines in them and all that, but it's not really what I'm looking for. But anyways, so we included that. And that was basically it. I have one more week of this carbon copy and paste routine. And then by the second week of May, it'll be back to the JP, trained by JP style of training, which is just maximum effort, maximum weights on the top set and a back off set for reps. So say on the back row, on the bent over back row, which we're doing 100 kilos for 8 reps, I'll be doing 110 kilos and trying to do at least 6 reps. Once I get to 7 or 8, it's up to 120, then 130, then 140 kilos, hopefully. So my goal with the back row is 150 kilos, which is approximately 3.5 plates on each side, which is a significant load for, you know, for a lot of people, and it is for me too. It's a challenge, it's the goal, and it's what I want to do. It's not for everybody, I know, especially for the older guys. You guys want to stay away from this stuff. You get hurt, you'll, blow out your lower back or something. Don't try this at home if you don't feel that you're trained for it. Me particularly, it's what I want to do. It's what I want to train. I want to reach 70 years old doing these heavy lifts. Now, I know a lot of people say you can't do it, but then I'm the contrarian. Of course, I'm going to do it. The other goals with the triceps. Definitely want to get very strong on the skull crusher. And it's not the strict skull crusher. This is old school. It's been proven to really hurt your elbows. It's never hurt my elbow, but I found by hyperextending the shoulder girdle a little bit more, get a better contraction on the tricep instead of just doing this strict thing, because the tricep does insert into the lat, and so that there is a benefit when moving the arm in this manner. Look it up, it's Anatomy 101. It's true, I'm not just making this up. And so those are the goals. With the delts, just continue to get better at doing the 40s and 50s, perhaps 60 pounds. I have some of the pro bodybuilders, they go up to 70, 75 pounds. You don't see these on videos. Nobody ever shows this. It's always done with very light dumbbells. But these isolation exercises, you can get strong on them also. You need to train for them if you want to get strong. And of course, the stronger you get, the bigger and stronger the muscle is going to get, regardless of what people say. I've never seen a strong man who is tiny or small. So, and same thing with powerlifters. I mean, it's basically, there is a correlation between, being very strong and being very big, So I hear a lot of guys, I don't want to get strong, I just want to get, size. Well, I don't want to challenge long-held, cherished beliefs. Everything works if you put your effort into it in bodybuilding and in physique. There is no best way to train. Every single school has had its proponents and its exemplars, from Sergey Nubret to, nowadays you got the Ronnie Coleman's and the Ian Valaire's and James Hollingshead doing 600-pound squats for 15 to 20 repetitions. You didn't see that in the old school. And you should see the physiques on these guys. Can't say they're small. They're larger than before because they're stronger than before. They train for greater mass because they're training with greater weight. Now, that being said, God bless everybody and have a wonderful day.